Good morning friends. In this video we are going to discuss about those assessees who have chosen to withdraw the claim of donation made to political party in response to the notice issued under section 148 because probably they wanted to buy peace of mind. They didn't want to fight with the department, or they found it appropriate not to fight with the department, maybe on account of cost benefit analysis. So it could be for buying peace of mind, or it could be for considering cost benefit analysis, or it could be for any reasons that you find it appropriate not to fight and you withdraw the claim. Since there was no any other anomaly, your returned income turned out to be the assessed income in the assessment order passed consequent to the assessment proceedings initiated after issue of notice under section 148. But the AO is not happy with your call of not to fight with the department, so he wants to fight, and that's why he has mentioned in the assessment order that had we not initiated the proceedings, you would not have withdrawn the claim, and ultimately this particular amount would not have come to the tax. So definitely penalty is leviable, and accordingly he initiated the penalty proceedings. So we are precisely talking about a case where returned income turns out to be the assessed income. I repeat, where returned income turns out to be the assessed income, but despite that, penalty is being initiated on an amount which you have withdrawn, or on an amount of income which you have voluntarily offered to tax in response to a return file under section 148, which may not have been there in your return file under section 139. It could be a political party donation, it could be anything else, but then we are precisely on this line. Now the question that precisely comes is whether the action of AO in initiating penalty proceedings is justified or not. Now let me deal with two judgments directly on the point. So far as the first judgment, which is of a Mumbai ITAT, their view has been taken that in section 278 the word may has been used, and hence a discretion has been given to the assessing officer that considering the facts of each case, penalty may not be levied. What has happened in this case is the assessee has filed return of income. Assessee was a retired MTNL employee. He has filed return of income. He has claimed a deduction of HRA. But then when he filed return in response to a notice issued under section 148, he withdrew his HRA deduction, and now the return income became the assessed income. The Mumbai ITAT took a view that it is a case where the AO should have exercised the discretion. However, the ITAT clarified that one has to take a call considering facts of each case, and there is no standard jacket formula as to decide in what cases the discretion to be used or not. So of course this is one of the judgment which is favorable, but then may not be of that benefit. We are going to a second judgment which is of great benefit to the assessee, and that is of a Chennai tribunal. अगर डिस्क्रेशन एक्सरसाइज करेंगे और हमें छोड़ देंगे तो बढ़िया है. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि डिस्क्रेशन एक्सरसाइज नहीं करना है तो, और आप चाहते हैं कि अगर झगड़ना ही है, तो आइए, स्वागत है आपका. अब डिस्कस करते हैं सेक्शन 270A, द वे इट इज डिस्कस्ड इन द चेन्नई ट्राइब्यूनल. What has happened in this case? A classic case. What has happened here? The assessee has filed return of income disclosing return income of 10 crore rupees approximately. A search took place, and thereafter a notice under section 143A was issued to him. He filed a return of income in response to that notice, wherein he declared income of approximately 17 crore rupees. Mind it, original return 10 crore, now return 17 crore. Now the assessment is completed, and in the assessment order the addition was made roughly around 30-35 lakhs of rupees. AO initiated the penalty proceedings for those 30-35 lakhs of rupees, treating this as underreporting of income under section 270A bracket 2. PCIT was not happy with the action of the AO because PCIT said that you have initiated the penalty proceedings on this 32 lakhs of rupees. What about the 7 crore rupees? Original return 10 crore, now it is 17 crore. What about the 7 crore rupees? You have not initiated any penalty proceedings on the 7 crore rupees, and hence the penalty proceedings should have been initiated under section 270A, subsection 9, clause E. Failure on the part of the assessee to disclose the receipts. Exactly the Honorable PCIT has pointed out the limb, the charge against the assessee. So all those technical grounds are lost where we say that the notice does not specify whether it was underreporting or misreporting, or let's say under the which limb of underreporting on account of misreporting. All those grounds are lost. The PCIT is directly on a point that penalty proceeding should have been initiated under section 270A subsection 9 clause E. Now this action is challenged before the Honorable ITAT. The Honorable ITAT noted that under section 270A there can be a penalty for underreporting of income, that is under section 270A subsection 2, or it can be underreporting on account of misreporting, that is under section 270A subsection 9. The Honorable Chennai ITAT noted that before an assessee can be dragged to section 270A subsection 9, the AO has to cross the hurdle of section 270A bracket 2, meaning thereby unless otherwise it is established that it is underreporting on account of misreporting cannot be alleged, or the question of alleging that this underreporting on account of misreporting does not arise. So first the case has to fall under section 270A subsection 2, which talks about underreporting. This was a case where the assessee has filed return. Now section 270A subsection 2, within that the tribunal noted that this case would fall only in limb A, which says that where the assessee has filed return of income. In those circumstances, the underreported income is going to be the difference between the assessed income and the processed income, meaning thereby the income which is assessed by the assessment order and the income which is processed in an intimation issued under section 143(1) post filing the return. The Chennai ITAT noted that in this case, no intimation has been issued. After you file a return of income under section 148, or let's say in this case 151A, no intimation is issued. Straightway it is taken to the assessment proceedings, and then now the assessment order came to be passed. So since there was no intimation, there cannot be section 270A subsection 2 clause A. This cannot be invoked. The case would anyway not fall in any other limbs of section 270A subsection 2. I am really not going to those matters, but then all those political party donations will not fall. I assume that their case has not been taken up for assessment in the past. So section 270A subsection 2 clause A will not be applicable. Even the Chennai ITAT went on saying that even a machinery provision calculating the quantum of underreported income, that would fail. So section 270A subsection 2 would anyway not be attracted when it is not a case of underreporting of income. The allegation of underreporting on account of misreporting miserably fails. Since it fails, the penalty cannot be initiated, so that on 7 crore rupees, that was a difference of 17 to 10 crore, no penalty. That's what the Honorable Chennai ITAT has held that. So we discussed two decisions. One is that of the Mumbai ITAT and second is that of the Chennai ITAT. Now I would be failing if I do not discuss one Pune ITAT decision, where what has happened in this case is assessee has inflated his claim of deduction under chapter 6A and filed return of income. Now when he was being asked the reasons during assessment, he did not answer this. He could not offer an explanation which is satisfactory to the AO, and consequently the order came to be passed making enhancement, and accordingly the penalty under section 270A subsection 9 was levied. The Pune tribunal took a view that it was a fit case for levy of penalty. So we have two judgments. One is that of Mumbai ITAT, which says that AO has a discretion to exercise. If AO exercises discretion using the word may, which is being used in the section, so far so good. If AO says that no, it is not a case where there was a genuine lapse on the part of the assessee, will proceed further. if we are being dragged to the battlefield, then the Chennai IT in my opinion, may come to the rescue of the assessee. Of course, Pune IT is against, but still, in my view, Chennai IT is more reasoned order. I hope that contents of this video would be useful to you. With this note, I take a leave of yours for today. We'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you.